self-care to self-talk. Even if we try our hardest, being positive all the time is not easy. Inspirational speaker Teresa Lewis is here to talk with us a little bit about some ways that we can lift ourselves up instead of tearing ourselves down. Sometimes we're our own worst critic, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like we have a social media feed playing in our mind all the time. And you know how that is when you're on social media. You know, do you want to ignore? Do you want to get sucked in? What do you want to do? And sometimes we feel like we don't even have a choice, that we just go there, and these negative thoughts can overwhelm. And in some cases really cripple people. In some cases it's just annoying, where it's that defeating thought and that defeating voice that's just in your way and prevents you from taking action, or getting to that next level, or taking that adventure, that risk, or doing something. So there can be varying levels of it, but we all have self-talk, and it's a question of, is it helpful or is it harmful?
So that's kind of number one on your list then, to recognize what's happening.
Absolutely. Tuning in, because we have so much going on at any given time, right? We're like, right now it's like, okay, grocery list, workout later, what's happening, this, that, and the other thing. And then it's tuning in to what are those voices that are actually playing in my head now, and are they helping me or are they hindering me from my efforts? So really getting into tune with that, because that's the first step, is just the recognition and awareness of that.
Number two, go
ahead, sorry.
Okay, so I was to say number two on your list is refuse those thoughts. So once you recognize that you're actually, maybe suffering and being crippled by some of these things, what's the next step?
So then, realizing that you have the power to actually say, no, I don't want to have those thoughts anymore. I need to actually put those to rest. So it's kind of like the good angel, bad angel, on each shoulder, and just say, no, we're going to silence this voice over here and just not allow that. So we only do that when we recognize. So it is that very first thing, saying, let's recognize, then refuse. Don't allow that to come in, because that's where we can get into that negative spiral that's not helpful for anybody.
And then it goes into the positive.
Yes, then we identify that and then we replace it. So this takes a little reflection, where you're actually going to think about, what are those negative thoughts, what are those negative voices in my head, and then what can I replace it with something positive, that good angel on that side over there saying, what is the good aunt saying, what is that positive thought? And then after that, of course, we repeat it to reinforce. A lot of R's this morning, right?
Yeah, but no, I like it. Recognize, refuse, replace, repeat.
Kind of just sums it all up.
It sums it all up.
Does.
But I do recognize that. Recognize is the first, and you're not alone if you're dealing with this. All of us deal with it.
All of us do, and it just is varying degrees at different times in our life. So really getting in touch with that. And I've got an event tomorrow afternoon where this isn't the main focus, but we're talking mindset. Self-talk is one of the things that helps us with our mindset. So that's going on. Details are on my website.
And your website is where again? TeresaInspires.com.
And on Facebook, you can find me at Teresa Lewis, motivational speaker, easy to find.
And before you go, what are some ways that we could practice this positivity just in our everyday lives?
Really just talking to yourself on purpose, getting intentional, like what do you want to say to yourself? What would be helpful for you to hear? And really for kids too, that's so helpful to really help them understand that they have control over their mind. And your mind is a very powerful thing, but we get to really have a say in the direction that it takes. So figuring out what are those messages we want to hear, repeating those messages, posting them on the bathroom mirror, having that as your password. There's many things that you can do to actually incorporate that in your day and build that as a reality into your thinking.
And be okay with saying it out loud to yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe not in a room full of, a bunch of people,
right,
like TV crews, things like that, but in the bathroom, as you're waking up, getting ready in the morning, things like that, that's just a great way to start your day. And then throughout the day, as those, bad voices come in, just going back to that affirmation of the helpful, positive truth about you.
I love it.
I do too.
Thank you so much. Very inspiring.
Thank you.
All right, speaking about some positive self-talk, we're going to give you our daily dose of motivation coming up right after this.